All right, so today we're going to be breaking down how we generated for Global Product Source 35 enterprise level leads in 3 months. So let's break it down. First, we have the company overview, targeting and strategy, and then results. So, company background, Global Product Source. This is their website. They offer promotional products for all types of industries. This is their LinkedIn, and they basically what they do is they do branded merchandise like t-shirts, mugs, etc., branded items for companies whenever they want to put their logos on it, etc., but also brand positioning. So they help you. It's sort of a mix of marketing and branded merchandise where they help you position your brand, what products would be best for you, what would resonate with your audience, with your use case, with your event, etc. And so when we first spoke to them, they basically shared that their sales team weren't generating enough new business, right? They had no kind of system in place. They weren't booking enough sales calls. And they did get referrals, so they were keeping things afloat. But they just really wanted to grow to a very high level and or as much as possible. And so that required building a system that generates quality leads, which is where we come in because what they wanted to target. So let's start with that. So they basically wanted to target high value industries like tech. And so we were reaching SaaS companies. That's who they wanted to kind of focus on. All right, that's actually what we recommended. They just wanted to do technology. We wanted to hone in because we found they were the top spenders on. They were one of the top spenders, and so they just wanted people who have a budget. And 200 to 10,000 employees is kind of the range of the ICP. It's really small enterprise, small medium size to enterprise level. But we also have location USA, and then we were reaching VP of marketing for one of the campaigns, and then for the event types of campaigns, we were reaching field/event marketing managers. And so for this strategy, we're going to focus on one campaign for this case study, which is super unique. So this was a brand new vertical for us. When we first did this, we didn't ever target SaaS except for one client. And so we didn't want to gamble on untested ideas. So we just asked GPS, okay, well, where did most of your clients come from? And then they told us it was like marketing department and HR. And so we were like, okay, let's take marketing. We have experience with marketing, of course. And so they basically, after analyzing the market, so we took what they told us. We were like, okay, let's focus on reaching out to marketing departments, offering them branded merchandise. And so with our market research, we found three very important things, which was that they were spending a lot on branded merchandise to send gifts to their accounts. So as a SaaS company, you have clients, you send them gifts because you want them to stay with you longer and you want to increase retention and referrals. And this was basically the spending pattern. It was high. This was the use case. And then the outcome was because it was revenue generating. We always like to focus on offers that are revenue generating related because that's what people care about. People buy stuff because they want to make more money. And so the reason that this was, the top spending use case we found is because it's directly tied to ROI. If you send your clients gifts, you're going to make more money. And so our positioning became super obvious. We were just going to reach out and offer them branded merchandise to gift to their accounts, to their top accounts, so that they can increase referrals. But we had one issue, is that we never like to reach out with broad stuff. Whenever we work with marketing agencies, we're never like, hey, we just want to target, we offer SEO services. You know what I mean? Because that is too broad and it's showing that you're not really an expert. You don't know what they need. Because if you knew what they need, you would be like, okay, this is what you need. This is how we would do it, etc. So we do branded merchandise was never going to work from our experience. And so we wanted to offer a specific product. And what we kind of decided to do was look at, okay, well, let's get a specific sort of package in place that if they imagine, okay, let's say we send them the email, we're like, hey, we're going to make you these branded products. If we name the product, then that makes them kind of imagine, okay, this will have my logo on it. This will be good. Our clients will like that. And it kind of, it touches that psychology a little bit. And so it would just drive more interest and it would get people talking. And so we decided to find a product to research and see which products were in demand. And we found a really, really, really good product that I can't even name here just because it's so sick. And everyone just obsesses over it. They obsess over it now. See a lot of people holding it. So it's cool. And so this became the centerpiece of our campaign. We found that product. As you can see, a lot of our work is just doing research and finding the right information to use so that we can reach out to people and get them interested. And so what we did once we found the product is we plugged every sort of thing that we found, so the elements, the use case, etc., put that into a campaign message, into an email that we can reach out with. So the offer, right, let's take every piece. So the offer was the trending product with their company branding, right? And then the use case would be like, hey, you can use this product to gift it to your top accounts. Positioning, we also made it feel very done for you. So we were like, hey, we'll send them to your top accounts We'll send them in gift boxes. So it's very done for you, very hands off. So it's easier to say yes because it's naturally less effort for them. And that is actually something within GPS, Global Product Sources capability. And so that was very easy for us to say. And also the incentives. So we wanted to make it easy to say yes because as a new branded merchandise vendor, you don't know if they're getting some, plastic or whatever products that aren't a good quality. Like these prospects just don't know, and they're huge companies. They can't risk that for their accounts. And so we needed to give them something as a test, be like, hey, here's a free sample, right? We can make you a free sample so you can see the quality. And so you're putting your money where your mouth is. GPS was fine with it, and it gave them free value, and it made a lot of people want to say yes even more. And so the final email looks something like this. And so as you can see, right, we can produce 100 special products with your branding, ship them directly to your top accounts, plugging in all of these elements into a simple, direct, straightforward email that anyone can read and doesn't have to spend 10 minutes reading or skimming through it, right? And we also added this ROI statistic. So strategic gifts like these are shown too, just to remind them of why they're buying this stuff in the first place. So we're like, hey, we're going to do this. And by the way, this is just to increase referrals as the market research told us is a spending pattern or is a strong use case because you want to increase retention of referrals, right? So we're tying back to the research. And so this like blew us away in terms of results. We got so many leads, but they were like very, very, very high quality. So we got 35 leads in 3 months across this campaign and another similar one. But the thing is that from this campaign, we generated leads like GoDaddy, like Cloudflare, Charter Communications, which is like a Fortune 100 company that makes 50 billion and more in dollars in revenue. We generated Asana, which we use internally. That was super cool. ZipRecruiter, right? You probably know these companies. All of these were interested in the offer. And so we basically took GPS within like 3 months, right? We took them from having this underperforming sales team to having an automated outbound system that is just consistently sending them sales meetings and leads with billion-dollar companies, right? And they're not having to hire like 100K a year SDR that is specifically for prospecting, setting up campaign strategies, etc. It was just us on the back end, just putting together this stuff just from doing smart research. And yeah, the founder Daniel also gave us 5-star reviews, so that was super cool. Let me open up Trustpilot here. This was amazing. So NetSuite is the first company to deliver its promise of generating quality leads for our business. We've seen impressive results, like I said, right, which have 55 billion. Okay, like I said the same thing. They've crafted a seamless experience, excellent support, etc. So you can see, Daniel Sachs, great man. And so why did this success happen? If I was just to boil this down for you to make your campaign successful, or if you wanted to work with us, how we would kind of position things and how we think about going towards campaigns, there is like 4 things that made this successful, right? We targeted a market that is known heavily for spending on branded merchandise. This is something that is common across all of our clients. We like to see what you've done before, what service you offer or what you sell, right? That is related to marketing, branding, etc. And then we like to see where is it most in demand. If you target 5 industries, which industry this year is like spending the most, right? And then, or is in general, this is just in very high demand for them, right? And so we then identify their top use case. Okay, so all of them buy branded merchandise within SaaS. It's very known. Okay, but why do they buy it? Okay, for client gifting, that's number 1. Why? Okay, because it brings them revenue. Cool. So this is their need. This is the market. And then we're like, okay, let's create an offer that is basically a unique product. So it kind of tailors to their use case, because client gifts, they want to send their clients unique gifts that are cool, that everyone wants. So that's a unique product. Okay, it tailors to their need from that sense, and then it's designed for that use case. So we said we'll send it to your top accounts, right? So unique product that basically it kind of fits their need, and then sending it to their clients, which fits their use case, right? So we understand their need, create an offer to appeal to that need in the simplest way, and then test sample, right? This goes back to the Hormozi thing, where it's like perceived likelihood of achievement, right? You want to increase people's perceived likelihood that you can help them get what they want, right? You name this cool product, but how do they know you're not just manufacturing it? It's some cheap, place where it's low quality, right? So you're like, hey, we'll do this, we'll fulfill your need, and we'll also give you 1 free sample just so you can see what we can do. And that does great, right? And so this is why the campaign succeeded, right? It was a combination of a few things, but this was super cool. And so, yeah, if you'd like us to build you a done-for-you AI cold email system just like this one, right, that sort of brings you like qualified leads on autopilot on a weekly, daily basis, you can book a call below with me, and we can chat. We can come up with a custom strategy for you. And it was great talking to you. Cheers.